We're matching right now.
I know, right? Orange be orange.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I was gonna ask you
So
what you wanted to bring to the table, and then we
I
can kind of
have,
like we'll zero that shit.
as you can see, I am slightly obsessed with Iluna, the Apex of Wishes. So this is just my favorite commander deck. I just think it's a lot of fun. So that's just why I'm playing this one. It's nothing too like powerful, but like I don't care. I just want to have fun.
Yeah, cool, cool, cool. I got. I mean, I built this new Samut deck, the the new desparked version of her.
Oh, word.
It's just Gruul. She's got haste and creatures that come in and they boop you,
Cool.
draw a card. It's just really, really like
That's the
it's just such a
salmon that
unique deck.
taps.
No, 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 no,
Or
no. That was like that's like
that's
OP.
okay. Okay, that's
That's
the
not
Naya
casual at
salmon.
all.
Okay.
That's Naya Samut. We're playing Gruul Samut. She just came out in the last set.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Oh, so I don't even know this card.
yeah, yeah. She's brand new. Here, I'll go ahead and add her in the so you can put the link. Probably lore wise, one of my favorite commanders.
Isn't that the same name as another card named Temet, the Vizier of? I feel like I've seen the Vizier of Noctamun before. I'm just listening.
Yeah, I think so. There was another. Yeah, there's definitely another vizier of that
Yeah.
spot. Um,
Of that spot. I'm not even trying to pronounce that word.
I'm not even gonna try to mess it up.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, he's probably one of my favorite. Um, like lore wise, like one of my favorite characters.
Cool.
Mostly because I think he reminds me of my mom.
Really?
And yeah, my mom is like a really, really big staple in my growth and whole well-being as a person. And she, inspires me daily. Like literally, she made a book last year
Yo,
on a book tour.
I'm about to let you
Uh,
win.
no, no. But she's just in my mind. She challenges herself
Yeah.
on a daily basis, and it gives me a lot of inspiration for the future. She's not just sitting on her laurels or just kind of hanging out. She's constantly creating and building and growing and learning, and that's it's crazy to me that you know her and my dad both are kind of just like kind of masters in their own craft, but they don't see it because they don't consider themselves masters. Because my dad told me, once you think that you are the best at something, then you're dead.
Mm.
Like you continue to grow and learn and move and shake in that field because there's always something to learn. And like once you start learning, you realize how much you don't know,
Mm.
and that the discovery becomes more of a journey than a destination.
Yeah, your parents sound very humble. I pray that the spirit of your mother guides you through this game.
I even got the sleeves,
That's epic,
uh,
dude. Nice.
Black Panther sleeves with the symbol in the back.
Hopefully, I
That
can
was
get
my
the
back.
same thing with my logo at some point too. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
man.
that's a great story. I mean, I can't say that my mom really reminds me of Luna at all. I'll be on the lookout for that though. But that sounds epic, man. I feel like everybody has their own kind of experiences in life, and whatever way you can, manifest that positively for yourself and the things that you do with what you're doing, it makes it much more meaningful. And you know, just keeping things as meaning. Just drinking like if you drank a cup of tea every morning and it reminds you of your mom, and just drinking that cup of tea might be the best part of your day.
Yeah, yeah,
And
definitely.
that's it's just the simple things in life.
Yeah, just starting your day off with just a little meditation or a little inspiration or just a little something extra to kind of get you motivated or get you to that next step.
You still working out, bro? Remember you telling me you're
Oh
working out?
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah. What
I'm
you
I'm
what you
there.
doing in the gym?
I'm actually at the point where I'm starting to lean out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm at the cutting phase.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's a journey. Like I'm trying to get that Michael B. Jordan. You know,
Dude,
that
that's
T on.
work, man. That's a lot of work, bro.
It is. It's really cool though, because the human body can do so much, and getting to that point. I'm in LA doing the acting thing, so like I have to look like that essentially to compete with anybody. Doing my thing. It's
Just
either to
like
look
that
like
over there?
this. Oh, hell yeah! Oh
Mm.
my God! Like it's if you want to book anything that's this a normal like role, and that's the pinnacle of it. If you don't look like that, then it ain't happening.
So that
You
like
know.
influences your job heavily?
Oh, 1000%.
Oh,
Like
wow.
this industry, at least out in LA, is all about what you look like.
Mm.
Um, so it's a little, it can be a little discouraging, coming into it because there's a lot of imagery heavy things going on. But
Mhm.
like in most recent, especially like the commercial work that I've been going out for, a lot of it is more improv based training. So yeah, you look the part, but also you gotta have some comedic timing. You gotta be, personable. They gotta want to work with you on set and like you to be around. So you have to be a well-rounded human being, as opposed to, when you're in New York or Chicago, when you're on stage, it's all about your talent. It's all about what you can bring to the table, how long you've been, you
Why do
know,
why do you think that's like that in California?
it's just the industry in general. I think it's
Mm.
um,
Yeah, I wouldn't know
it's,
anything about that, dude.
yeah, it's very much what you see is what you get. And a lot of this is kind of the secret too. It's like a lot of the commercial industry isn't for people that understand it. It's for people that don't have to think. And so they're catering to kind of and not to like crap on any side or any like part of the world, but like this like kind of midwestern mentality of you know this is what this person looks like with this person, and they don't have to think about it. So you see this person on the screen, and
Mm.
you automatically have all these outside influences that have taught you who this person is without having to think about it. And that is what the LA, or like commercially, marketing or marketing in general, I think caters to.
You mean like
It's like,
acting to be in commercials
I
or
think
just
from a
in
marketing
general?
standpoint,
Okay.
in general,
Okay.
uh, commercial acting is a little more along the lines of like you said, you have to have a little improv skills. You got to be able to think quick on your feet. You got to be able to like you got to be funny. You have to like that's kind of where the market is. Unless you're just like in a car commercial and
Hmm.
you're just a good looking face and you're just driving the car, or you're already major your money as a celebrity and you're just like, hey, I'm Brie Larson and I'm driving this car,
That's
and
like
it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, it's like my boss was telling me one time there's this website called I don't know if it's called On Stage or basically what it is. It's just like a website where there's just a bunch of models, and then you just basically he says whenever they do commercials for gym guys that's where he gets all of his models from, essentially people for the commercials from that site. So I don't know if that's similar to what you're experiencing, but it sounds like you have like a manager and somebody that kind of does and looks for jobs for you, I'm imagining. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know it's like you're talking about it's backstage, and
yeah,
that
backstage, yeah, yeah.
yeah, backstage is specifically or more so for background actors. So you
Mm.
will get people who are like professionally background. I know a couple people who do professional background, and it's a little more loose for their schedule because you kind of just show up on set, have your 3 or 4 hour day, and if you're in the union, you get paid a lot more than non-union background actors. Um,
Oh, so there's a
and
union.
sometimes, oh yeah, oh yeah, there's a union right now. We're actually on. Well, we aren't on strike as the union, but the
What?
WGA is on strike. The Writers
Really?
Guild, yeah. So the Writers Guild has been on strike for almost a whole month now,
For
And
what? Just for
well,
benefits?
wages. There's like the studio heads are trying to replace them with AI. Uh,
Whoa,
yeah, there's a lot of
dude, AI.
unfair
Yeah.
practices that have been going on for a long time that we haven't addressed yet with like media streaming and everything turning over into apps, and people aren't getting their residuals anymore. They aren't getting paid
Yeah.
their a living wage, and the studio heads are kind of just like, well, we can replace you with AI, and we're like, nah, that ain't gonna happen. Like, we're nipping that in the bud
What do you
before it
mean?
gets
Like,
to
how could they replace you with AI? Like, they're just going
AI,
to
like
the
AI
just.
writers. Like, if you type in, like, there's like AI bot that they were using. If you type in, they were like essentially creating scripts.
Whoa.
Yeah, they weren't good, but we're getting ahead of it because we know 5-10 years from now, technology will be so advanced. You can probably put in a person like,
Exactly.
say, James Gunn, and be like, hey, write this scenario like James Gunn, and it'll give you something
Oh.
very close to what his style is. And so we're trying to nip that in the bud before it becomes a problem, before writers are essentially, kind of kicked out of the equation.
Yeah, I wish the best of luck for you guys, man. It's like a monumental. That's pretty intense, dude. Because this AI
Yeah.
stuff, man, like you're totally right, dude. I've seen them make music for just like
Yeah.
random people. Like they got like Michael Jackson singing songs again and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of wild.
Yeah. It's insane. Like, it's really, really crazy. It's really crazy. So
Yeah, ultimately, like I think no matter how crazy AI gets, like once people, I think it's gonna get to the point where once people are aware that it's AI, like people are just gonna be able to tell. And
mhm.
like once they're able to tell, like I think it's gonna lose its, and that's probably like an unpopular opinion, but I just think it's gonna lose its like it's gonna feel discredited. Like it'll still accept it, but it's gonna feel like less than. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's gonna feel like we're watching, a CGI movie as
Yeah.
opposed to like these being real people. And there's enough CGI already, but it's gonna be so inauthentic. Like when you
It's like a
go there,
morality thing.
yeah, that. And also, like, I know it'll be cheaper to make because you won't have to like pay out these big name actors, or maybe you will pay out their salaries, but you won't have to pay out everyone else. But like, it's still gonna feel, like you said, inauthentic. It's gonna feel hollow. It's gonna feel not well made. Like, it's not gonna be like, oh, what am I watching? Like, this isn't a real movie. This is kind of someone's interpretation of a real movie. And like,
Either
I
that.
feel like yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's either that or it's gonna be so real that it's just nothing's ever gonna exist anymore, and you guys are gonna be beat for jobs, and everything's gonna be AI.
Well,
It's either one or
that's
the
what we're
other.
trying to prevent. That's what we're trying to prevent from happening, because we see that slippery slope and it could go down. And but I doubt that it gets to that point, because you need someone to run the ship. You need someone to steer the ship. You need someone to guide it. You need someone in post to edit it. And there's a lot of talk about, like I said, removing people from certain positions, and that's what we're trying to get ahead of.
You got a D6,
I do.
so let's roll D6. And you goes first.
Get one that you can actually see on the screen.
Rolled a 3.
There we go. Some little Spike Feeder's dice.
Nice.
That is a 4.
Okay, so you have the choice to decide.
Um,
Or you would like to go first?
since this deck gotta go
Yeah.
fast, I want to go ahead and try to go first then.
Yeah, we're just gonna mulligan it until we just have a good hand. So if you want to swap, you can. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is fine. This is fine.
We're playing regular commander rules, and yeah, I'll play this hand as well. You get going, Joe.
All right. Cool. Well, good luck to you. Let's have some fun. I'm gonna start off with a Grove of the Burn Willows. Taps normally for a waste, but I can tap it for red or green. For each opponent will gain a life if I tap it for that, which I will allow you to gain a life.
Word.
Because I want to bust this Ragavan out.
Nice.
I'm also gonna play this Mana Crypt, and I'm gonna tap that for 2 for a Gruul Signet. and I will
Nice.
pass the turn.
I will draw. I'm just gonna go ahead and play this forest, and then I'm gonna pass.
All right. I will untap. I will roll for this crit for my upkeep.
Yeah.
Yes, I take damage. No, I don't.
Okay.
Very simple. No, I don't.
Good.
So simple dice.
It's good for you.
Easy
Your
peasy.
mother's with you.
Did not draw a land, but we are going to run out. Actually, yeah, we need to. Actually, I can just do it with this because I have floating from this. This makes green red. She costs 1 red green. So I'll go ahead and bring her out. Her text is she has first strike, vigilance, and haste. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, if it dealt damage to a player this turn, I can draw a card.
Yeah.
And so it begins. I will move to combat, swinging both my Ragavan and my Samut.
So that's 3 damage total.
Ragavan is swinging for a 2/1, and she is a 2/3, so that's 4 damage total.
And then 2 commander.
Since she has first strike, her ability will activate first. I will draw a card, and then my Ragavan ability will trigger.
So
You'll
I
exile the top card of your library, and I get a treasure. And I can play that card this turn. Is it play this card? Cast that card this turn. So that gets exiled.
Okay.
I cannot cast a land. Alright, so the treasure will be there. I'm going to go ahead and pop my treasure.
Okay.
And tap 1 for a waste.
Do I gain a life?
I'm actually going to tap it for
Okay,
waste.
okay.
So I'm going to tap it for Arcane Signet.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll pass the turn.
I'm gonna play this. I'm just gonna play this island, and then I'll pass.
Okay, we'll untap. I'll roll for crypt.
Yes.
That is a yes. So I will take.
Called it.
So I will take 3. And I will draw a card.
See, I don't need creatures. Crypt will do damage for me.
Exactly. Yeah. Every turn. If I'm taking 3, 10 more hits of that. It's gonna be GG's. All right. So we got some rocks over here. I'm going to tap 2, and these I'm gonna add a colorless into this to make red green, and then I'll tap this, so that'll be a total of 4. I'm gonna make or cast Grand Warlord Rada,
Yeah.
or attempt to. I know you're playing blue, so I don't know if you have permission.
You're good. With
Whenever one or more creatures you control attack, add that much mana for each combination of red or green until end of turn. I don't lose mana as steps or phases end. So it says that haste. So I'm gonna move the combat, and I'm gonna send.
How much is that?
Brigade. So it's gonna be 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
On deck, you draw a card for draw once, or you just draw?
I draw one.
The other one.
I draw off the Rada, so I'm gonna make 3 mana floating in a combination of red and green. I'm gonna make 2 green and 1 red. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna make 2 red and 1 green. So.
Yo, while you're doing that, I'm gonna brainstorm.
Yeah. Sure. I'm gonna brainstorm before the Ragavan trigger.
I'm gonna put this. So technically, the cards I put on top are gonna be exiled. The top one.
The top one will be.
So let's do this. 2 cards from your hand top left. I'm gonna do this, and then I'll exile this first.
Okay. And then the Grand Warlord Rada trigger will happen from the Samut trigger, so I'll draw a card. So I have 3 mana to spend into my second main. I'm going to use 2 red and 1 green and a colorless. to play an Ogre Battle Driver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under my control, that creature gets +2/+0 and gains haste until the end of turn. And it's itself a 3/3.
Nice.
And I will ship the turn.
Okay. Off to a really good start there.
That's what I'm saying. It gets in there.
It's good.
Oh, and I make a treasure from the Ragavan trigger.
Yep. Play a Rogue's Passage. How big is Ragavan, dude?
Ragavan's a 2/1.
Okay. Oh, it's actually. I thought you only had 1 power. All right. So in that case, I'm just gonna tap 3, and I'm gonna cultivate. I'm gonna put a mountain onto the battlefield tapped. Then I'm gonna put a forest into my hand, and then you can go.
Okay. Tap. See if the crit hurts again. Oops, that is not the right dice. Yes. Well, I will lose 3.
3. I'm staying in the game.
All right, let's draw for a land. Not getting that yet. Go ahead and tap this grove for 1 green, so you'll gain a life.
Cool.
I'll play this Arbor Elf. It will come down over Battle Driver. We'll see it. It will get +2/+0 and haste.
Haste, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then I will.
Bro, you got 1 land right now, dude.
Yeah. I know, it's crazy.
This is good.
Like I kept a 1 lander in a Ragavan, and I was like, all right, I should get there with all the card draw. And then I'm gonna play 4 for this Naeth of the Dire Hunt.
That's a great card, yeah.
It was actually originally what I built this build around, and then I kind of tweaked it and went back to the old or the new. But she says basically whenever you get blocked or things becomes blocked, I draw a card, or whenever I fight, there's no fight in the deck. It's mostly just to kind of run my creatures into stuff so I can draw a card.
Yeah, Naeth looks like one of my ex-girlfriends.
Straight up.
Yeah, for real, dude.
That's crazy with the long hair and everything.
Yeah.
Long hair don't care. That's funny. But yeah, she will also see Ogre Battle Driver. See her. She'll get +2/+0. I will move to combat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna send the full brigade over at you, which is gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I will use 3 green, and 3 greens to be red. That's gonna be a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Whoa, okay. So it's
a big hit.
13 life.
Since these 2 came into play this turn, I'm going to draw 2 cards. And then Ragavan trigger.
This is a funny game. So I exile, right?
Yeah, Ragavan trigger, you'll exile.
Evolutionary escalation. I'm glad that you can get this. Well, you can get this. You can actually cast this, right?
You can cast that, yeah. That's hilarious. I think I will cast that.
Yeah, you better.
So I'm gonna get another treasure, and I'm gonna use 2 of the 3 green, or I'll use a green and a red to cast it. I will also, I'll use that plus, I'll use all 4 to cast a Sereth of the Viper's Fang.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So she gives my stuff Death Touch and Hexproof if it's untapped. Other creatures I control, and I can use a mana to untap a creature, and she does have haste currently. But I think I will.
You drew?
No, I didn't hit you with her yet this turn. So
with the other card though.
I did draw 2 cards, and they were not lands.
If I draw a board wipe right now, it'd be really interesting.
It'd be really crazy. I would be real sad.
I would be really happy.
All right, and that's gonna be in for me.
Board wipe. Let's see. That's not a board wipe. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna. I mean, I can try my best to survive right now, so I'm gonna play this forest. I'm gonna tap that, play a scoop mob.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna tap 2 and play Incubation Druid. And then tap 2 and then play Is It Signet. And then after that, I will just pass.
Okay, we'll untap. We'll roll for Crypt. Yes, it is a yes again.
Yeah. At 1-3, you're at 3-1.
And I'll finally hit my second land, which is Misty Rainforest. I'll go ahead and crack that. Looking for a dual land.
So you got to give 3 counters to a creature you control, and then 3 counters to
a creature you control. Okay. And I get to choose?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give your Scoop Mob 3 counters, and I'll give my Ragavan 3 counters. I'm gonna stick around. He doesn't do leg day, so I gotta Ragavan. I gotta pump that toughness up a little bit. Just looking for my forest.
I don't do it either.
Taiga that I went and grabbed from the Misty Rainforest. Forest Mountain. And then we're gonna play some stuff. I think this may get me there. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're gonna play Alea, God of the Hunt.
Nice.
She'll see over Battle Driver, get +2/+0, and each other creature I control has trample.
She's a creature?
She is a creature now because she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 devotion. So yeah.
She's a 6/6. Oh, and now your creatures have trample. No, she's actually an 8/6 because of
an 8/6. She doesn't have trample, but everything else does. And with that combination, trample and death touch.
Oh yeah, that's even worse.
Roll over.
Yeah, I think that's it.
It might be GG. We'll see. I'll move the combat.
Yeah, how much damage is it?
It's she is visions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. I've got a 1/1, a 3/4, a 5/4, a 3/3, a 2/1 first strike.
Yeah.
A
with trample and death touch.
All these have trample, death touch. Yeah. Except Nylea, she's an 8/6.
Yeah, so I can block. Have 2 toughness here and then 4 toughness right. Okay. Which doesn't really matter.
I mean, if you take the biggest out of the equation.
But only one point of damage needs to be assigned, right? So
that with the Nylea, she doesn't give herself trample.
Yeah, so then I guess I'll block the Nylea with the Incubation Druid. and
And
then
there's
whatever is the next highest toughness, which I think isn't
going to be a
really.
Ragavan. It's a 5/4.
Yeah, I'll just block the Ragavan with the Scoop Mob.
Okay.
Still
Take those.
trample over.
It'll trample over. Doesn't have first strike, so I think it still will die. But it'll trample over. Sign 1 point. Trample over. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Yep, that's GG.
GG.
6 life. Yeah, what was I gonna draw? Ika. Yeah, I mean,
Run it back.
for one land, yeah, I can play it on the game. For one land, dude, that was a great start, man. When I saw the Ragavan, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, here we go.
It's like all right, cool. Let's get there.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, I was getting lands into play. I was pretty happy with that. I think I should have probably mulliganed. I had no chance of winning that game. The spirit of your mother was helping.
She woke up and had her tea.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just learned.
Yeah, she's really fun.
Do you have like a Scoot Swarm or something inside the deck where you just have a ton of creatures into the battlefield with haste?
I have many ways of getting creatures out with haste. I have like a couple token makers.
Like imagine like Avenger of Zendikar.
Yeah. It's like just going really wide. I do have a Crater Hoof in here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's Gruul hasty beats. That's kind of what the name of the game is. It's kind of set up that early haste establishment. Like Ogre Battle Tower is probably one of the better cards in the entire deck to get off the rip. So
yo, I was playing Magic at this game store one time, and I think we pay $5 to be able to play the game, right? And we're sitting down to go play the game, and this dude's playing I forget the name of that squirrel commander. But,
Toski.
Yeah. Inside our game store, we had like these little, it's like notebook paper to write down our life totals, and he ended up making a whole bunch of tokens, and then he cast a Crater Hoof, right? And he's like, I cast a Crater Hoof, and we're like, all right. And I look down at the card, and it's a piece of paper, like inside the sleeve. And I'm like, I look at that, I'm like, what is that? Because usually, like in Jersey, like when we're playing, like if we have proxies, like we'll tell people before we play the game, just so that we're aware, so that depending on the proxy that you've made, like we'll just target you out of the game as quickly as possible. And I look at the piece of paper, dude, and yo, this dude spelled CRATERHOFF. It said he spent his mana to cast a Craterhawk Behemoth. And everybody at the table's like, yo, you didn't win. And he's like, what do you mean? We're like, that's not a Craterhawk, that's a Craterhawk. Yo, and everybody at the table was laughing all hard. The kid gets all like flustered and stuff. And then he picks up all his cards. He's like, no, I dealt 300 damage to all of you. I win the game. And he walked out of the store all fast.
Oh my
and
God.
Got his prize pack and just left. And we were like, yo, we were sitting there like, yo, we all just got Craterhawk, dude. Like, we're the only people in the world.
The only you got Hasselhoff.
Yeah, literally. They got to make a Craterhoof Behemoth with David Hasselhoff's face or something.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it was the best day I ever did.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I love giving to my friends too. Like we all just kind of shoot with each other. We don't really care about, like we have a site we go to if we want to like proxy up a deck real quick just to
see how it plays.
Yeah, see how it plays out. And like a lot of us are, some of us are working actors, some of us are not. So the struggle is real. So we're like, hey, I'd rather see somebody that can play the game. Let's put a deck together. Let's play. Because that's honestly what it's all about, is us getting together and just like hanging out and shooting. So I feel you. It's funny.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, we barely get to our local game store anymore. I mean, the
I
only time
mean,
I really go there uh, is really just to like grab product, and then we find a spot, either a house to go to, or we'll go to a
word.
bar. Like there's Guild Hall out here. If you're ever in LA, definitely hit up Guild Hall.
What is
So
that?
definitely, it's literally the tagline is a bar for nerds. There's
Word.
one in Whittier and there's one in Burbank, but that's actually we shot the original episodes of Tabletop Jocks there.
Okay.
Um, so we
Okay.
shot the first Commander games and the first D&D games there. And owner Chad is just he's a legend. Or sorry, not Chad, Spencer. Spencer, he's a legend.
Yeah.
Such a cool dude. Very very humble beginning.
How's the setup when you record for tabletop drops when you're sitting there? Like, how do you set that
Well,
up?
it's evolved a lot since its original iteration. Like,
Uh-huh.
but essentially we have a wide camera that captures everything.
Uh-huh.
We have two side cameras to get the two players coverage, so two-person coverage. So that's three cameras, and then we have an overhead camera.
So
Uh,
like that overhead, because I'm at my local game store, like they're letting me use their recording studio to record gameplay at the store. But like I'm looking in that room and I'm sitting there, like I'm not like a video guy, dude. Like you're literally like an actor. Like for me, when I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro, like I don't know, I got like a webcam. You know what I mean? So it's
yeah.
like just trying to figure out like, do you have like a specific mount for the camera that sits up top?
Well, that's the thing. Like, it depends on location to location,
Uh-huh.
but essentially, what you'll want to do is you probably want to get uh, some C clamps, and you'll
They're-
extend that out
Wait, they're called
to
what?
C clamps,
Okay.
or just basically like they look like what your webcam is mounted to, but really big ones, and they're more sturdy.
How
And
much
so
are C
you'll,
clamps generally?
I mean, unless you're like really going into production, I wouldn't buy them. I would just rent them because then you can rent the
Oh,
brand
you
new
can
one.
rent them?
Yeah, you can any like gear that you need, I would just rent because the amount of money, like it's almost like investing in technology. Like if you invest in a computer today
Uh-huh.
and that computer is going to become obsolete in 2 years or even a year, and they're going to come out with a brand new computer,
Uh-huh.
but you don't do this work on full time,
Yeah.
wouldn't
Oh
you
yeah.
rather
I see what you're saying.
just buy the new or rent the new stuff that they're coming out with on a daily
And
basis?
it's a lot cheaper to rent the stuff than it is obviously to buy it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, if you're planning on doing a show, you'll probably end up like I said, you'll spend, X amount of dollars for a weekend of shoots, but that weekend will net you however many months of content than
Oh,
that.
I see what you're saying. So you just like bulk record.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. We
Okay.
record like and then weekend, we usually try to hit like 8 episodes, which ends up being
Whoa. Oh well, the
yeah,
whole weekend, which is like a
the whole
multiple,
weekend.
like 8 games, basically is what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's like
Okay.
4 and 4. So four
Okay.
weekend, yeah, because we don't try to like hit mass production every single time. Like 4 episodes usually takes about maybe 6 to 8 hours to shoot. We're rotating cast members, we're getting people in and out, and I think that's the beauty of Top Jocks is that somebody you know I think it appeals to a wider audience because someone can come in, they can sit down, play a game, show up for a couple hours, and then hang out for a little bit, and then dip out if that's all they have time to do. We're not trying to take over anyone's day.
Yeah.
We're trying to get people out of there, in and out, really quickly. We pay all uh, the people who are working on the back of this background set. We're making sure they're getting paid and fed, and we treat it like a real Hollywood set. So
Word.
probably different from other people who are in the space right now shooting because we definitely like take everything serious.
Exactly. I just appreciate everybody's kind of got their own feel to recording, where like
Hmm.
everybody's got like, I feel like you're like when we're talking about Command Zone, like they're very like their production quality is very high, and I feel like for tabletop jocks, like it's still that, but it's you're kind of like sitting there, like you don't
Yeah,
edit
I like
you
that.
feel like you're just kind of chilling,
Yeah,
you know.
like we really. strive to kind of have that fly on the wall kind of vibe. Like if you were just hanging out with us when we go hang out, because we don't try to like fake the funk. We don't try to, put on airs for the camera or anything like that. We're just playing and shooting to each other and, with each other like we would normally do. We don't try to like, hey, don't, play this because it's going to make the game go longer. Or, hey, make sure you play this because this is a spicy play. It's like, hey, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
We get that first 7 and everyone does their thing. And, it's fun. It's just, the cameras are just rolling,
It's
but we're just
magic,
having a
bro.
good time.
It's magic,
Yeah,
bro. It's just capturing because it's just natural. Dude. Stuff happens, you know.
yeah, exactly. So we're just having a good time. And, the people that have come on the show so far all had a good time and want to come back. So, it's just, yeah, like you said, it's just magic.
You ready to roll dice?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Roll.
Another D6.
It's a 5.
That's a 5 as
5.
well. Roll off.
The epic
Take
battle.
the roll off.
2.
That's a 3.
3. Yeah, it's your choice.
All right, I'll go first again.
Okay.
Like I said, I got that Sonic deck. Got to go fast.
Yeah.
You got to keep in your 7.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for
All
asking.
right. I'm gonna start with the forest. I'm gonna tap 1 for an Allosaurus Shepherd. So
Okay.
my stuff cannot be countered.
Yep.
Or green spells cannot be countered. And that is gonna end my watch.
Cool. Okay, so I'll draw. I'm just gonna play this command tower and then I will pass.
All right. Untap, draw. I'll play this Arid Mesa. I'll crack this to go look for probably the same one I did last game, the Taiga. And to shortcut that, I'm gonna tap 2 and play an Arcane Signet,
Word.
and I'll boop you for 1.
I will take 1 damage. You pass, Joe.
Yeah, and I pass.
Draw. Alright. I'm just gonna play a forest. And then I'm gonna tap 2. And I'm just gonna get down this Gruel Signet. And then I'll pass to you when you are ready.
Cool.
Well, I'm happy that it's not Ragavan Mana Crypt, you know.
Ragavan Mana Crib. The whole deal. All right, untap, draw. I'll play another forest. I'm going to tap 3, 4 for a sneak attack.
Oh, okay.
And I'll boop you for 1 again.
Yep, I'll take 1 damage. Sneak attack's a great card.
Yeah, I love sneak attack. And that'll end my watch.
Yeah, I was thinking about building an entire deck based around that card. Because I think there's other cards that act just like that too, I think.
Yeah, there's that. There's Monster Manual. Elvish Piper does it. There's like a werewolf that puts stuff in.
Oh, yeah. So we got this mountain in play. I'm going to tap 2. I'm going to play Is It Signet? And then I will just pass after that. You can go.
Okay. Untap. Draw. I'm going to play this Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. So we all have forests.
Word.
That helps your mana fixing.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'm going to go ahead and tap these 3 and play my commander.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna do some tricksy stuff. I'm gonna sneak in this combat celebrant through sneak attack.
Yeah.
Basically, if it hasn't been exerted, I can exert it,
You
untap
get
all of
extra
the creatures,
combat.
extra combat. So
Sweet.
I'm gonna go ahead and move to combat, and I'm gonna go ahead and swing. Well, this,
Yep.
and I'll exert it. So I'll swing for a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, how much damage is that after the second combat? Because I got nothing here.
Okay, so Samut's gonna trigger. She has first strike. I'll draw a card.
Mhm.
Then this trigger, I'll draw a card,
Mhm.
and then exerting another 3, and I'll draw a card again.
Okay, so how much damage is that in total?
So that'd be 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, 10. I'm at 28.
Okay. And then this will I have to sacrifice this to begin the next end step. And yeah, I'll pass turn.
Your end step, I'm gonna tap 2. I'm gonna play Experimental Augury, which is just going to let me look at the top 3 cards in my library, and I can put one of them to my hand, the rest in the bottom of my library in any order. So I'm gonna put that there. Put these in the bottom. The graveyard. Then I'll untap. And then I'll draw. I'm gonna play this island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Iluna.
Hmm.
I'll just keep it like that. You can go.
All right. We're gonna untap. We got we got peeps out now, so it's a game.
Yeah.
Uh,
First,
bring this Cinder Glade out.
first
Uh,
creature.
Enters the battlefield tapped unless I control 2 or more basics, which I do have 2 forests.
Yep.
Um, this is gonna be a hell of a turn. I'm
Okay.
gonna say that.
I believe it.
So we are gonna take advantage of this sneak attack, and we're gonna go ahead and tap 1 to sneak in Rock and Goreclaw. So it has trample. Other creatures I control have trample. And whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under my control, I put a 1/1 counter on it. It gains haste until end of turn.
Okay.
And then we're gonna sneak in a Pathbreaker Ibex.
Oh, here we go.
It's gonna get a +1/+1 counter. And then whenever Pathbreaker Ibex attacks, creatures you control gain trample and +X until end of turn, where X is the greatest power among creatures I control.
Yeah, that's a good card.
And we're gonna sneak in a Craterhoof Behemoth.
Oh, yeah. That's a.
Not the Hoff, the hoof.
Yeah, that is not the Craterhoff behemoth that we were talking about earlier. So you
So
basically have 2
yeah,
Crater Hoofs on the board because you got your Pathbreaker as well.
essentially, yeah. So this is gonna enter. Everything is gonna get +1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
5.
Yep.
So net
And
total
then
of +5.
Pathbreaker buffs everything by 10.
So this is gonna become
Maybe
5
more.
+6,
11.
5. So everything is gonna get +11
Yeah.
and trample.
Yeah, I mean, I have that's it. Yeah, I have nothing here. I just have a Luna to block, and that's pretty much it. I mean, just so you know, like what my deck was meant to do, it's meant to play fractals, which I didn't get the opportunity to draw one, but I put counters on my creatures, and then I'll mutate Luna onto fractals.
Mm.
Luna gets 5 +1/+1 counters is what I'm generally looking for, so that I can give a Luna double strike and then just one shot.
Ooh,
It's kind of the way the deck works.
that's not well.
But
You had it in hand too, so
yeah,
I was
could have
that
been
was gonna
something.
be that was gonna be spicy.
Yeah, it could have been, but that was really good, dude. It was fun.
Well,
Having a weird sneak
did you
attack
wanna
deck.
try to sneak another one in, or
It's up to you, man. I mean, it's 12. I mean, if you're willing, it's up to you.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, let's try to sneak another one in.
Okay.
I mean, like this deck is probably performed the best it's ever done.
Really?
Yeah, I've
Spirit
been
of your
drawing
mom, bro. You gotta give
nothing
credit
but
to you.
gas.
When you see your
It's
mom, you
not,
gotta say thank you, bro.
I know I do. I mean, I do every day,
Yeah,
but
I know you
yeah,
do.
it's crazy. No, I'm having a good time. Thanks for having me. Hopefully, the people that are watching at home are having a good time as well.
Yeah, because I'm getting stomped on right now by Craterhoof.
Not the Hoff, the hoof. Actually,
Yeah.
you brought it up, so it came out.
That is kind of funny that that did have to happen that way, you know?
You brought it up. It stood and delivered. Yeah,
Yeah.
the double hoof, double
Yeah.
Hoff is crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine if I had done like that with the combat celebrant as
That's what I
backup.
was thinking. That's what I thought. I
I mean, that would have
literally
been cool.
that would have been like 700 damage.
Yeah. What's the most damage you've done in a turn?
I have no idea. I can't even answer that question if
Can't even answer.
no, I don't even know. I mean, honestly, dude, like I have like, and I thank God every day for this. I have like over 100 commander decks,
Oh wow.
and I just my dream is that one day when I have a big family and my family and friends come over, that all of my commander decks kind of play on the same power level, and then they'll just like whenever they want to play, they can just kind of grab a deck off the wall, and
Yeah,
then everything is kind of just able to compete against one another without anything being too overpowered technically. So I've
gotcha.
kind of like spread the like if I took all the really strong cards and put them all into one deck, like I could just have like one like monstrous like commander deck. But to me, it's like I I just I just like making bad cards look good.
That's dope.
You know?
I appreciate that. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's just, in other words, I have no life.
No, I think if we sat and we wanted to, because like I'll have those weekends or those days where I will build and build and build, and it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
And like finding all the different combinations. Like my first build of this deck, this is like iteration number 4. So it's like the way I build a deck is I usually try and just kind of like take whatever cards I have access to, and I just throw them all together and I play it. And I go, wait a minute, if I had this and this and this, then this will work with this. And I swap those cards
Mhm.
out. Say, all right,
Mhm.
these cards don't bring me joy when I draw them. How can I replace them with something that will, give me a lot of joy? And I
Yeah.
do that 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times until the deck gets to the point where I'm like, this is my version of what I want to play.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if the cards are like, if I play a card and someone's like, oh, well, that's a jank card. I'm like, but it fits within the reasoning of why I put this deck together.
Yeah.
Uh, and so it's so beautiful. Like the game of Magic the Gathering is like it's like your own customized chessboard.
Yeah, there's so many
Yeah.
cards to pick from. And for me, like I think I'm just like an undiagnosed ADHD. So like when I think about a commander and it excites me, dude, like it's the only thing I can think about for like an entire day. And then I just look through literally all of the cards that have ever existed. And I'm just talking about like janky things. Like I just try to build like things that excite me within those periods of time where I'm just like hyper focused essentially.
Yeah, I feel
A lot
you.
of
Like
fun.
it becomes like one of those things where, the obsession of like, especially when I see a
Obsession
commander,
is the right word.
yeah, when I see a commander and I become obsessed with it, I'm like, ooh, like when I saw Thalia and get Rog, I'm like, oh, this is dope. I'm already a Thalia fan in general, the lore. And so when a card comes out like that and you're like, well, I had a landfall deck, but I don't have a landfall deck anymore. So this is perfect opportunity to make a landfall deck.
Yeah.
Uh, and like I really wanted to build a new Nahiri, and I built it, and I already have an equipment deck. I have a Kiri, Fearless Voyager,
Talk about
and
the Boros, which Nahiri?
the new desparked Nahiri, the Boros, yeah, Boros
Oh.
or Lorehold or but I put that deck together and I played it out. And I usually what I do is when I build a new deck, I'll play it the entire night. Like if we have like a commander night with some friends, I'm like, I'm not switching decks. I want to see what this deck has to offer. Bring whatever you guys are gonna bring, even if it's super overpowered. Like I don't care. I wanna test it against a bunch of different metas.
Hmm.
And I tested it out, and then the conclusion at the end of the night was like, yeah, your Curie deck is just more interesting and more fun, and it's already a Voltron deck. So you might as well just stick with that for your Voltron commander because she doesn't even really fit into the theme of that actual deck. So I just ended up taking it apart. But you gotta
See,
have
that's
some
what
time.
happens. It's what happens, dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
But then the
build
things you learn from that deck, you can just like apply it to like building a new deck in the future.
exactly.
That's the thing.
So
Like Magic, like I don't for when you get into those states where you start thinking about building, I think it's such a like a engrossing like experience, like it consumes like your mind. And I think
mhm,
that that's why, this on my channel I'm always trying to teach new players how to play the game. And specifically like a lot of my friends, my friends are at the gym, going to bars in Jersey, doing just like going to football games, going to, doing all these other things. Like they would never play Magic. But
mhm.
like I just want I want through this channel to get all of those people to start to experience what it feels like to play the game so they can get into that place that they understand, kind of like where we're coming from when we talk about deck building and stuff.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I definitely have that friend group as well. Like I was in a podcast the other day, and someone actually asked me,
Mhm.
where the name Tabletop Jocks came from, and it's funny because it's that crossover. It's that the story really came from. Well, I was in line for a convention,
Mhm.
and I think the guy meant no hard feelings or anything like that. I think he was just genuinely concerned, and he
Yeah.
turned around, he kept looking at me, and looked back, and he was like, "Am I in the wrong line? Is this a line for like a sports thing or?" And he just like I was like, "Nah, dude, I'm here for the same thing you here for. I'm nerdy too. I can do nerd shit too, bro." And he had the same like kind of like reaction, like, "Oh, I didn't mean to offend you." I'm like, "Dude, no offense. Like, no, none taken. Like, it's all good. Like, I know I don't look like I guess the typical person that would enjoy this kind of, but I
Yeah.
do, and I think that that's the funny juxtaposition um, and that's hence why that's kind of where I thought it was like kind of a joke, like, oh yeah, tabletop jocks, like I don't think I would ever classify myself as a jock, not even in high school, but I mean, I did play sports. I hang around a lot of guys that like sports. I wouldn't consider them jocks either, but they were, heavy into sports. They played football, they played basketball, they played soccer. I wrestled, I ran track.
You're a
I joined.
wrestler, eh?
Yeah. I'm
Word.
wrestling, big wrestler, jujitsu, judo. Very
Oh,
like, yeah, that's my
oh,
jam.
judo and judo. They
Yeah.
teach judo a lot in Puerto Rico. You know what they say in Puerto
Oh,
Rico? In Puerto Rico, they're like, "I know judo," and then you'd be like, "Okay," and then I'm like, "You don't know what I'm gonna do to you."
you don't know what I'm gonna do?
Like, you don't know if I got a knife. You don't know if
You
I
don't know if I got a gun. You don't know, you don't know
got.
nothing. Hell yeah.
Let's roll the dice.
All right, cool. Let's see if we get it.
6.
Oh, you got it. I rolled
Finally.
two.
Let's draw. See what we get here. 5, 6, 7. Good luck.
Yeah, you too. You too.
I'm gonna have to mulligan.
Yeah, no, go for it. Go for it. And I haven't been drawing on my first go. I don't know if that 1v1 rules are the same
Yeah,
as.
I'm not gonna draw on the
I
first.
mean, like just for editing purposes, or if someone asks, like out of context, like, "Oh, you didn't draw your first card." I guess I feel like 1v1 rules. You
Yeah,
don't
generally you don't.
first.
So
Yeah, it doesn't draw a card, even though it's
even though we're
technically.
playing like regular commander rules,
Yeah, for sure.
play this forest and then you can go.
All right. All right. Let's see. Let's do this. Sorry, I
Now,
was.
now you already know my strategy though. I had to tell you what's gonna happen.
Well,
Supposed to
my
be
strategy.
yeah.
Like,
Supposed to be a surprise.
and I top decked it. So let's bring him back out, Mr. Ragavan himself.
Hello, sir.
He's back.
The monkey.
The monkey. And I will pass.
I'll play a Rogue's Passage, and then I'm gonna tap 2 in Farseek, and you can go.
Nice. All right, I'll draw. I'll play this ancient tune. And I will definitely move to combat. I'll
Yep.
send 2 at you. I know you
Yep.
gotta
I'll
shuffle and
take
everything. So
in 2 damage, and then I'll exile when I'm done shuffling.
yep.
Shuffle on the camera. Cut. What am I
I love spell table.
losing?
It's
Mountain.
so cool.
Dude,
It's
spell
such a
table's the
cool
best.
thing.
It really is.
It's yeah, such a cool thing
But
they
you're in
came up
Cali,
with.
I'm in Jersey right now. We're playing
I
Magic.
know we're playing Magic. Yeah, so it gets exiled. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the one you get from Farseek, or that's one of
No, the
or that's
island
one
I
that
got
exiled.
from Farseek.
Got it. All right, cool. So yeah, I'll boop you. I'll make a treasure.
Yep.
Go to my second main, tap for 3, take 2 from the ancient tomb, and pop this treasure. And I'll cast uh Delina Wild Mage.
Hey, that's a new one.
She is really cool because whenever Delina Wild Mage attacks, choose target creature you control, then roll a d20. 1 through 14, I create an attacking creature that's a copy, except it's not legendary and has exile this creature at the end of combat. And 15 through 20, create one of those treasures, roll again.
With the way
So
things have been going for you today, I feel like every time I do that, you're getting 15 through 20. We'll see.
we'll see.
Spirit of your mom.
Yes,
You
yes.
pass?
Oh yeah.
Alright, I'm on tap. Draw. Yeah, I think I just have to, because this demands it, I just have to tap 2 to play this Thought Vessel. And then I can't do anything else. You may go, sir.
All right. We'll untap. We'll draw. I will play this Rockfall Veil. Comes in untapped unless I control 2 or more other lands, which I do. But that's going to make me lose a little bit of life, but that's fine. No pain, no gain.
Yep.
Go ahead and play my commander, and I will move to combat.
Yep.
I will choose my Ragavan, and I will send the squad at you.
Follow. How much
That's
damage is
going to make me roll for the Lena trigger. This is a d20, real d20. Just on the camera.
Here we go with the.
I'm rolling a spin down.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a natural 20.
Is that a 20? You see what I said, dude?
It's a natural
You
20.
see what I said? I called it again. Really gotta thank your mom, bro. This
Oh
is
my
intense,
goodness.
dude.
Wow.
So
This is
now,
crazy.
so now, what are you doing? What are you
So
making?
now I make another Ragavan tapped and attacking. I think I have
Oh, you got a
a
sack one
Ragavan
though,
here.
technically.
No, because it's not legendary.
Oh, that's
It make
amazing.
it's one that's not, but it's not legendary. So I'm gonna make another
My
Ragavan,
God.
and I get to roll again. I'm gonna roll again. That is a 3. So that ends the cycle. So I'll make 2 more Ragavan swinging. So the total of 3 Ragavans has 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 damage coming at you.
Yeah, take 11.
And then the Samut trigger is going to go off. I'll draw for her first. And then I'll draw for these other 2. So I'll draw 1, 2. And then Ragavan trigger happens 3 times.
Yep. Oh,
I'll
so
make
exile 1, 2, 3.
3 treasures.
A eureka moment, isn't that kind of?
All right, so I got 2 lands and a Eureka moment. I'm
Yeah.
going to click on that because I haven't actually ever cast that card. Draw 2 cards. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. I only have 3 treasures right now, so I cannot, unfortunately,
Yep.
cast that card. So I will just go ahead and have all 3 get exiled.
Okay.
I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in hand. I must just discard down to hand size. So I will go ahead and pitch a Crack Crown Pathway, and I will end my watch.
You pass.
Yeah,
All right. Yo, how many treasures do you have right now?
currently 3.
Okay.
That is a dockside question.
Oh no. I have a dockside, just not here.
Just not in there.
Um. Think about my life. I'm gonna tap the thought vessel.
Hmm.
play a Soul Ring,
Hmm.
and then let's just go with 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna cast Explosive Vegetation,
Nice. Get those
and
veggies out.
I'm gonna get. Let me see something. I'm gonna grab a forest and a mountain. So mountain, forest tapped, and then after that, Joe, you can go, buddy.
All right. We're gonna untap and we're gonna draw. I'll play a mountain for my land for turn. And we're gonna let's see. One, two. I'm gonna reveal some cool tech that I thought was pretty cool in this deck. Um, we're gonna tap 3, and I'm gonna play a Chandra, Acolyte of Flame.
Oh, nice.
Thought her interaction was kind of cool because she always brings in
The hasty,
new
two
new
hasty
creatures.
creatures. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
2 hasty creatures, so I'm gonna always get to draw 2
twice.
cards if they get through.
Especially when
They're
I
one
have
one.
no creatures on the board. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to make 2/1/1 elementals with haste. These are
Yeah,
just they're not the real
I
ones,
get
but I
it.
couldn't find the
It's all
one
good.
ones.
It's all good.
Um, and then I'm gonna go to combat. I'm gonna go ahead and send the team.
Yeah.
Delino Wild Mage is going to trigger and target Ragavan again for
Okay.
the roll. So let's see if we get lucky. That is a 9. So we will make 1 Ragavan tap and attacking.
Nice.
Total damage is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, back down to 16.
2 Ragavan triggers, making 2.
Rest. The evolutionary escalation again.
Got it. I'll actually decline on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna draw. So it'll get exiled. So I'll draw 1, 2, 3 cards. These will essentially go away. Yeah, this will get exiled. And second main, I have 5 treasures and ancient tomb. Let's see. Let's go 1, 2. I'll take 2, 3, 4, 5. Going down to 2 treasures
Yep.
to cast Nalea, God of the Hunt.
Nice. Okay.
Oh wait, she's not 5. She's 4. Oop. um, yeah, why not? I'll use 3 treasures
Mm-hmm.
and I'll cast a Crawling Serpentard.
Okay.
It's a 4/3 can be countered. Creature spells I control can be countered. Which does that turn on her? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, so she's still just a enchantment.
Enchantment. Okay.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards,
Okay.
and I will pass the turn.
I'll draw. Okay, so I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna tap the Soul Ring. I'm gonna play a Geometric Nexus. So whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, I put charge counters on the Nexus. I can pay 6 to remove them to create a fractal equal to the number of counters on this. Actually, this might lose me the game. So I'm gonna cast a Oversimplify. And this is 5 mana, so I'm gonna put 5 counters
All creatures.
onto the Nexus. So you create one fractal, and then
Oh, one fractal.
yeah,
So
one
the total
fractal.
power.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, so you got an 11/11 fractal.
All right. I don't have a fractal token, so I'm just going to use the back of that. They're all exiled anyway. I'll get 11, 11.
And then after that, you can go, bro.
Cool, cool, cool. All right. We'll untap. We'll draw 11, 11 with trample. I'm going to zero her to put these 2 out. Uh, she costs 5 now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have exactly enough to recast my commander. Losing 2.
Yeah, that's 16 damage.
It's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Can you get one more damage?
Don't think so. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna swing that to the team,
Now one.
and then I'll draw one, two, three cards. I'll put Wooded Foothills into play. Um, yeah, I'll crack this to go get a Stomping Ground tapped because I have nothing to play.
You know what I'm thinking, Joe?
Uh huh.
What if I took out all of this ramp and then just swapped it for creatures that tap for mana so that I'm putting creatures on the board and not just like ramping with these cards? You know what I mean?
I think so. Like
I feel like it would make the
personally,
deck play a lot better.
yeah, personally, I really love Creature Ramp, and I think for me, having bodies on the board. I mean, sometimes it sucks because like you get board wiped and you're like, well, I don't have anything to do now.
Yeah.
Uh, a nice balance maybe between the two, unless you're trying to cast like something like Primal Surge, where you just like I need to ramp out as hard as possible and then Primal Surge out and then
Yeah.
win the game.
Well, you play and you learn, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You got to play the deck to know what the deck needs.
Exactly.
But that's in my turn. I need to discard a lot.
All right.
Um,
Good for you.
one,
Gonna draw. I'll play this land.
three, four,
I mean, your creatures have
five, six.
trample.
Yeah, yeah. Creatures have I control have trample. I'll pitch a Temur Sabertooth, a Rex Age, and a Pathbreak Ibex.
Yo, did you cast an instant or sorcery spell there that turn?
I did not. I just cast my commander.
I could make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could make a fractal for the first time today, even though that's like
Mhm.
the entire point of this commander deck is to make fractals. So I'm gonna put a fractal. Just gonna be a circle like this. So we're just gonna call that a fractal.
It's a happy
And
fractal.
yeah, it's definitely in a good mood. So he's gonna get 5+1/+1 counters from this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let me see before I do anything. Yeah, 6. And then I could have played this in a better order. I'll tap 2. I'll play Simic Ascendancy. And then, yeah, that's my turn. You can go.
Yeah, if you find a way to like bounce that, that might make your chances a little bit better.
Bounce what?
'Cause an 11/11 with trample
Oh, I
is
got nothing right now.
kind of inevitable. Um, yeah, let's go ahead and tap this Atlan Jackal minus this to put the two things out. And let's see, one more pip with birds. That's one, two, three, four. Still not. I was trying to turn this on.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gonna go out sending everybody in.
Yep, that's a lot of creatures. Yeah, that's it, GG. Well, at least I
GG.
know how to upgrade this deck, I'll say.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like honestly, it's like those. That's the greatest feeling of like being like, oh man, like honestly, I think winning a game of Commander is you only get so far because you don't learn what your deck is struggling with or what your deck needs in order to take it to that next place. Or if you want to go, oh, you know what, I'm drawing a lot of this. Also, too, keep in mind
Mm.
we're playing 1v1, and I
Yeah, it's
played a
much
pretty
faster.
pretty aggressive deck. Like with Gruul, it's just like in your face, and it was like Gruul haste. In a normal game of Commander, that mono ramp might be just fine because you're kind of sitting back, chilling, ramping, and you might draw a little bit of, hate.
But it makes sense though, because technically, like I could mutate onto the elves and get counters onto them, or
Yeah,
just the
yeah,
mana dorks basically, and then yeah, because I mean I could have mutated and then I had double strike in my hand, so it's not like I didn't have the win condition in my hand, but it's just like I just think that having creatures would buy me time.
Yeah, no, I feel you. It's definitely a especially when you're mutating to turn a 1/1 dork into a 4/4 flyer, or just like I'm not sure how much other mutate you're running in the deck.
Nothing.
But yeah, it
This
could
is the
definitely.
this.
That's the only mutate.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But I'm
But
just
yeah.
saying, like,
No, go
yeah,
go.
you turn like a internal witness that already kind of came in, did its job, got their thing back, and now you mutate on top of it, and now it's bigger. Um, that's really cool. I think mutate needs to come back as like a staple because it's
Yeah,
such a
one
good
day.
mechanic.
Well, Joe, thank you. Thanks for being here, bro. We played
Yeah, thank you
quite a
so
number of
much
games too.
for having me.
You know.
I really appreciate it. You know, should I do any shout outs or anything like that?
I mean, you can say whatever you like, brother.
Well, first and foremost, thanks for having me. Um, Please, if you are into anything, TTRPG related, Magic the Gathering related, I'm gonna start, putting some video games out there as well
Oh, for
because
real?
the big three are coming out. I'm such a huge Tekken nerd.
Word.
Uh, Tekken, Street Fighter. Street Fighter's coming out this weekend. I don't
Yo,
know
I
when this.
already bought it, dude.
Yeah, I don't know when this is gonna air, but like, yeah, I'm so hyped for Street Fighter. I played the beta
Me too.
last year. I am so hyped for Street Fighter 6.
Dude, we might
Um,
get some Street Fighter matches then, dude.
yes, yes, we have to. We absolutely have to. I'll shoot you my PlayStation account
Word,
so we
word.
can add each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited for the future of Tabletop Jocks. There's so many things that I want to do with it, and it's just kind of the start. Um, I want to do a cosplay show where a bunch of people come out, kind of like a RuPaul's Drag Race, like runway type thing with cosplayers from all over the world,
Word.
um, and judges that come out and support it. Maybe even get RuPaul herself come out. That would be dope.
Yeah,
Uh,
whatever you gotta do to support your people, you know.
Shoot for the stars. But yeah, man. I mean, if you want to support, a business, specifically a small Black business, we are definitely growing. We're doing, some more cookout episodes coming up. In the June, going to support, Black excellence and thriving. And then we're gonna do a shoot out in Vegas. So if I see you in Vegas, you come to the Magic Vegas this year. We're gonna do something new with it. Have some you know do a real big penthouse style. So that's to be coming out very soon. But yeah, man, I'm just looking forward to the future. And if you want to follow me on social media,
The
I
links will
go.
be on in the description.
Yeah, it'll be there. At Black Nito is for my main. That's for my specifically my acting, my comedy. I don't really post um, much else on there as far in the way of anything nerdy you want me to talk about, like Magic or D&D or any of that stuff. That's all on Tabletop Jocks specifically. So
Holla. Yeah,
cool, cool.
guys, go check out if you guys don't already know. But I know I got a lot of people here that are literally brand new to the game, so they literally know absolutely nothing. So now all of you are aware of all of that information. Joe,
Thank you.
thank you, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.